Now, the battle between Mumbai and Delhi and the customary tussle of egos that follow could well be as old as the two cities. While the comparison itself may be done to death, no one knows how to stir things up like the advertising industry. With more than 6 independent agencies setting shop in the capital and promises of only more to follow, Delhi could well be on its way to becoming the new mecca of the madmen in India. Will the city displace Mumbai as the advertising locus of India? And are these upcoming independents going to win over the coveted multinational clients based in Delhi, only to give the Old Boys Club a run for their money? Nikita Saxena attempts to figure this one out.
The crowded locals of Mumbai versus the sleek metros of Delhi. The infamously unwelcome culture of the capital compared to the safety on the streets of Mumbai. The Delhi versus Mumbai tussle has been a part of countless conversations. But if you thought the comparison was passé, Mumbai has reason to worry, as the city's undisputed status as the advertising capital of the country may be in jeopardy, with Delhi NCR fast catching up.
See, Delhi is a Dhanda city.
If you really want to set up a big infrastructure today, Delhi is probably the only city.
Contrary to popular belief, nothing works in Bombay.
Bombay is obsessed with its own glamour.
I don't know the reason why the people who live in Bombay doesn't want to go to Delhi.
As people move on to Delhi, as people come to Delhi, they experience better lifestyles.
Bombay may be the commercial capital, but unfortunately there is no more space in that city.
Yang Communications, bang in the middle. Kettle Communications, The Page, and from here on are amongst the spate of independent agencies that have hit the national capital region in less than a year, with talks of only more opening up in the near future as a growing number of advertisers are moving away from the rut of traditional agencies to pursue big dreams in a city that is fast becoming synonymous with infinite advertising potential.
Delhi is a very, very large advertising market. Okay, you have your multinational clients. You also have PSU advertising, which is based in Delhi. You have political advertising that's based in Delhi. Okay, you have smaller Indian businesses that are now becoming brands, right? And then you also have the IT businesses of India, which is centered in Gurgaon. Okay, so you're talking about a profusion of advertising opportunities. And I don't think most mainline agencies, barring one or two, would actually have the kind of bandwidth or the kind of manpower required to handle the surge of advertising opportunities.
A lot of the businesses which are coming up are very, very entrepreneurial in nature. I mean, aside from the big MNCs and stuff like that. So for those kind of people, yes, there are a lot of business for us. We can pick it up, nurture them, and hopefully turn them into big brands. And Delhi has been following very closely to Bombay's footsteps for a fairly long time now.
While the growth of these independents in Delhi may be written off as coincidental, a quick look at the capital's share of the overall advertising pie proves otherwise. Be it Nestle, Coca-Cola, Nokia, Pepsi, Samsung, Airtel, Maruti or Dabur, the biggest multinational clients with the most lucrative media spends are all located in Delhi. Add to this an increasing base of local entrepreneurs with an appetite for experimentation and sizable budgets. Although lip service about Delhi being a key region is found aplenty, at the end of the day, it is still just a branch office for most mainline agencies. Clients in Delhi are either left struggling with junior level creatives or are forced to make their peace with the creative who shuttles between Mumbai and Delhi, making day-to-day operations cumbersome and the entire process expensive. It is here that independent agencies are hoping to gain the upper hand and steer considerable business away from conventional agencies, with not just fresher perspective, cost-effective innovative solutions, but also hands-on accessibility.
At the end of the day, Delhi clients may end up getting, decision making which is 3 levels removed from who will take the final call on creative and stuff like that, which could be detrimental. People say that they treat their Delhi office as, like an independent agency almost. That's not true. I think not only independent agencies who are being based out of Delhi will have a lot of businesses to pick up from. The big agencies will have to look at their Delhi operation in a very, very different way.
If you look at the who's who of advertising and so on and so forth, they're still headquartered out of Bombay, and they are in Delhi only as like I would say a visiting faculty. And entrepreneurs are not fools; they see through this, and they would rather have people within the same geography. They would rather have people sitting across the table, sweating it out with them, who would become their communication partners, than people who would, try and give a solution on Skype.
Another factor is the affordable cost of space in Delhi for startup agencies like these, when compared to the inhibiting prices of estate in Mumbai that only seem to be increasing. More and more advertisers are choosing to situate themselves closer to where the focus of their business is, encouraged by fewer entry barriers with better infrastructure. They are opting for plush offices in the heart of corporate hubs like Gurgaon, instead of competing in a market in Mumbai that is already cluttered with an overpopulation of both traditional and independent agencies and just not enough business.
Cost in Mumbai to just office space, of getting executives and getting their homes set up and stuff like that. That cost is much higher than we have in Delhi, and that may have been reasons for corporates to shift from Mumbai to Delhi being a more, if I may say, speak for Delhi, a more livable place.
As you've seen the trend in Bombay, most of the agencies have shifted out of those prime locations and they're slowly going towards the Borivilis and the Dahisas of the world, and I won't be surprised if one day, some agency set up in Virar. So obviously from that perspective, the cost of a startup in a very plush environment, like we are sitting in the heart of Gurgaon today, the pie and the amount of people wanting to take a bite out of it is clearly out of whack in Bombay. So it would be very ambitious for people to start up in Bombay.
Most mainline agencies, however, seem to be writing this trend off as a harmless development with no real implications for them. The fact that none of the upcoming independents in Delhi have any considerable clout, compounded by the absence of a seamlessly integrated production unit, indicate a journey that may be strewn with more problems than these upcoming agencies have bargained for.
The most successful independent work from an independent agency of late is a jingle-based montage film. Is it traditional? Is it non-traditional? I mean, I think it had been traditional from 1975. So the question that all independent agencies are like necessarily non-traditional, and therefore bigger agencies are traditional and independent agencies are non-traditional, I think that's a myth. I don't think proximity is a reason for which people give business. Then the simplest thing to do is to go and open an office in the ground floor of Vodafone or something. It doesn't work like that.
You've got to have been successful recently. You've got to have been successful in the client, with some client, so he remembers and recalls you. And you've got to have been successful in the company you led prior to taking this decision. If you've got a couple of factors going and there's a client who has blind faith in you, yeah, you can start. But then the question is, you've got to be able to sustain what you did when you had an entire organization. Bangalore had many of them, many small ones, mushrooms. How far could they go?
Industry experts remain divided on the fate of these new independent agencies mushrooming in Delhi. However, the biggest takeaway from this trend is the increasing importance of the capital as the advertising hotbed for marketers across sectors, coupled with the fact that for the past 2 years, these advertisers have been giving a large chunk of their business to independents. What remains to be seen is whether traditional agencies are going to see the writing on the wall and address the talent void. With these independents more than willing to leverage the potential of the city and the value of the clients at stake, the competition for these agencies just got a lot tougher.